welcome back to Galaxyphi Math. Today, I hope this video gives you plenty of tips and tricks so that you can tackle each of these problems 100% on any test at any time. And please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below to let me know what topics you might need help with so I can make more videos for you. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy. Okay, so today we're going to talk about multiplying and dividing factorable expressions. And so we have some easily factorable numbers here, expressions, and we are just going to take them piece by piece and factor them out because that will make our lives so much easier than trying to multiply through everything. So we start by looking at how to factor each part. So we start with the numerator over on the left side, the x squared minus 36. And this is going to be a, perfect square, so we know that it will be x plus something and x minus something. So I have that set up. And when we have x squared minus 5x, we simply just pull out the x. Same with x squared plus 2x, simply pull out that x. And then x squared minus 4x minus 12, we know it's going to be two expressions multiplied by each other. So with a perfect square, we know it's going to be the square root of 36, and it will be plus and minus. Now if we look at the bottom right equation, we see that the second sign is what we need to look at to figure out whether it's positive or negative. And since it's negative, it'll be a plus and a minus sign in the parentheses. Then we find all the factors of 12. And we need to find something that will multiply together to make 12 and then add together to make negative 4. So we have 6 and 2, and those work. And we want to put the larger number where the negative is, since it's negative 4x. Once we've factored everything, we can actually just start crossing everything out. If we see it on the top and we see it on the bottom, we can cross it out because that would be 1. If you divide a number by itself, it will be 1. So it's the same thing for these expressions. So all we're left with is x plus 6 over x minus 5. Okay, so we have another expression here. We're going to do it the same way. So we're going to go ahead and set it up with our parentheses. And it looks like we don't have any perfect squares here, but we know that it'll be two different expressions, x plus or minus, depending on what our signs give us. So starting with that top left expression, x squared minus x minus 6, we have a minus, so it'll automatically be a plus and a minus in the parentheses. Then we're going to look at the factors of 6. We could do 2, 3, 6, 1, but we want something that comes together to equal negative 1 for that middle expression. So 3 and 2 will work, and we want our larger number to be the negative. Looking at the bottom expression, we have a positive, but then there's also the first number is a negative. So that is going to be a negative and a negative. And that's really the only situation where you have a negative and a negative is if the expression has minus something x plus a constant in the quadratic. So listing out our factors of 36, we have 6 and 6, 4 and 9, 2 and 18, 36 and 1, 3 and 12. So I think to get 13, 4, 9 is going to be our best bet, especially since they're both negative, and when combined 4 and 9 will make 13. Okay, looking at the top right, we have two negatives, so we know it'll be a positive and a negative. And our factors of 36, again, are the same as before. And we want something that comes together to be -5 when we add it. So 4 and 9 will work for -5. If you have 4 minus 9, you will get -5. So we want our larger number to be with a negative so that it comes out as -5. So it'll be x plus 4 times x minus 9. Okay, so looking at the bottom right expression, we have minus 12 on the end there. And so we're going to have a plus and a minus in the parentheses. And so we're going to come up with all the factors of 12. So we have 6 and 2, 3 and 4, 12 and 1. We want something to sum to +1. So 3 and 4 will work. And since it's a positive in that middle expression, we want our bigger number to be positive. So x plus 4 times x minus 3. And now we can just start canceling. So we have x minus 3 on top, x minus 3 on the bottom, x plus 4 on top, x plus 4 on the bottom, x minus 9 on top, x minus 9 on the bottom. And so all we're left with is x plus 2 over x minus 4. So say we divide some of these expressions. Let's see what we can do. So there's a rule that states if we have a over b divided by c over d, we can multiply by the reciprocal. So a over b times d over c. Okay, so let's apply that rule to some of these expressions. It can get kind of confusing, so make sure you don't try to combine steps or skip steps in this. If you really want to make sure that you're getting a problem right, it's always a better idea to go ahead and write it out on paper. I have taken many math courses, and I always do better when I am in the mindset of writing everything out. It really doesn't make you a smarter or better mathematician to skip steps, and it doesn't prove anything. So you're better off just going ahead and writing every step out that you can. All right, so what we're gonna do first is go ahead and write it out with flipping that second expression, so, and multiplying. And I'm using the old-fashioned multiplication symbol here. I'm going to change it in a minute, but it was just for illustration's sake. But it can get kind of confusing with all of the x's, so I will change it here in a minute. All right, so when we look at the top left, we have positive and positive, so both of those will end up being positive. Same for the denominator. I'll go ahead and put that as an appropriate symbol. Okay. So looking at the top expression, we're going to look at the factors of 49, and we have 7 and 7, 49 and 1. I think 7 and 7 will do it. because when you combine 7 and 7, you end up with 14. And they're both positive. So that makes our lives very easy. Looking at the denominator for that expression, again, we have positive and positive. So let's look at the factors of 42. And we have 7, 6, 21 and 2, 42 and 1. Okay. Well, looking back at this expression, you can tell that 6 and 7 are going to easily work because they combine to make 13. Looking at the top right, we have a negative and a negative, so in our parentheses are going to be a negative and a positive. Our factors of 54 are 6 and 9, and you can say 27 and 2, 54 and 1, and 18 and 3. And we want them to combine to equal -3. So I think 6 and 9 would work well, since we have a negative there. We'll put the -9 as the negative with the bigger number, which is 9, so that it comes out to -3. Okay, looking at the last expression on the denominator on the right. We have positive and negative, so we'll have a positive and negative in the parentheses. And we're going to look at our factors of 35. We have 5 and 7, 35 and 1, I think 5 and 7 will do it. It's a positive 2x, so we want our higher number to be with the positive sign, so x plus 7 and x minus 5. And then we can look and start canceling out. So we have x plus 7 on the numerator, and on the denominator, x plus 6 and x plus 6, x plus 7, x plus 7, and we're left with x minus 9 over x minus 5. Okay, for our last problem, we're going to divide again. So we have x squared minus 2x minus 15 over x squared plus x minus 6 divided by x squared plus 13x plus 42 over x squared plus 4x minus 12. Right, and we're going to rewrite it again and multiply by the reciprocal in that second term. Okay, and we're going to go through and factor each term as before. And go ahead and set up our parentheses. Okay. So our first on the upper left, our first expression, we're going to have plus and minus because it's minus and minus. Our bottom left is going to be minus and plus again. Our top right will be plus and minus. And our bottom right will be plus and plus. Okay, so for the first expression, we're going to look at the 15 and factor 15, come up with all the factors of 15. So we have 5 and 3, 15 and 1. And we want it to come out to -2, so we want the -5 and +3. The bottom left expression, we need to come up with all the factors of 6. So we have 2 and 3, 6 and 1, and we want a +1 for that middle term, so we'll want the larger number to be positive, so it'll be 3 and then -2. We're looking at the upper right. We're going to factor 12. And so we'll have 6 and 2, and 3 and 4, and 12 and 1. And we want a +4 in that middle term, so since we have a minus and a positive, we'll want to do 6 and 2 with a larger number toward the positive side because we want to end up with +4x plus 4x. So x plus 2 and x minus 2. And then that bottom right, we need to come up with the factors of 42, 6 and 7, 21 and 2, 42 and 1, and 14 and 3. So another one, we need something that comes out to 13. So 6 and 7, especially as both positives, will be 13. So that is our answer, and we can look at what is the same on the numerator as the denominator. So our x plus 6 cancels out, x plus 3, x minus 2, and we are left with x minus 5 over x plus 7. So x minus 5 over x plus 7 is our answer, and this is so much easier. Having a method certainly helps.
Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please, again, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell so that you are alerted anytime I upload new videos, and you can do your best in any algebra class that you are enrolled in. So thank you so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to comment and let me know what other topics you may need help with.